Reggie knew Frances, I think, from the age about 14, but first of all he knew her brother. I mean, they were two good-looking kids, but basically from a woman's point of view, I think the brother was even better looking than the sister. The brother looked like a very, very young Montgomery Cliff. That's who I can only think of. Beautiful, you know, and I think Reggie, who had tendencies to be as gay as his brother, I think really fancied the brother. I think at the very, very beginning, probably young teenage years, they were both bisexual. But then again, Ronnie, as Violet told me, Ronnie had girlfriends. He had two girlfriends, but both were known to Violet, and both that he definitely slept with, but his preference then changed completely then. After, I think, about 16, 17 years of age, his preference was boys. Reggie, on the other hand, had had girlfriends, but definitely being bisexual, and I think probably would have had an affair with the brother first, had it been consented, but the brother didn't want to know. And then he'd met the sister, who was equally beautiful, and started this love affair. The mother and father, Mr. and Mrs. Shea, did not like him. They didn't want their daughter to be with them, but they persevered. And eventually she became his girlfriend. Although she had tendencies like mental health tendencies, she was on medication, she was nervous. The first time I met Frances, she was sort of with Reggie as they walked in the door. I thought, I'd been told she was pretty, quiet, quite vulnerable, timid, nervous, and that's exactly what I saw. And he would just put her there with Violet and say, I'll be back later. Even 5 minutes after he walked out the door, she'd look at the clock and say, what time do you think he'd be back? And he will be coming back for me. And fidgeting with the gloves, she wore these little white gloves, fidgeting, nervous. All she ever wanted to be was to be with him. At the beginning, of course, and he treated her like a princess. Ronnie hated that because it was somebody, at last he'd found somebody, Reggie, that he really, really fell in love with. He was absolutely, he adored her. Treated her like a princess, gave her everything, delivered clothes to her house. She couldn't even go to a shop to pick a dress, like we could go. They were delivered there for her to choose, and Ronnie absolutely hated that. And he had no intentions, or so he thought at the time, to let this marriage go ahead, and he did everything in his power to stop this marriage. Why do you want to get married? You know, we're together. And it seemed though nobody could take Reggie away from him. Very jealous of Frances, he was. But eventually the marriage did take place. But he never liked Frances, ever, Ronnie.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please join our Facebook group. It's called Krays Crime Lords of London. We're a friendly moderated group with over 1,000 Kray and other celebrated gangster videos available for view. There's also thousands of images in the photos sections. The link for the group is in the YouTube description section. I hope we see you